All right, boys are back in town. Me and Tim here, ready for week one. Tim, how you feeling? Best time of the year?
Best time of the year. Feeling dangerous.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exciting stuff. Year 14, gearing up, a few weeks after the draft. We got Me and Tim got a little recap here, a little draft recap and week one picks, season picks. So full slate here. Um, Tim, am I sharing my screen right now? Do you see this?
Yep.
Okay. Um, So yeah, we'll get right into it. How'd you feel about the draft? Any comments on the draft? Tyler, beautiful house.
Tyler, beautiful house. Thank you for hosting us. Kevin, you're a snake. Always been a snake. Always will
True.
be a
Yeah,
snake.
you want to touch on that real quick?
No, no, no. I mean, Kevin made a good move to trade up. I think we'll get into it. I guess if I'm picking a bone with anyone, it's probably Rashid, and probably going to Rashid during that negotiation and just saying he's moving up for this player. Before you accept the deal, come to me and let's talk about it. And he came in and
Wow.
the deal was done. And that was my little outburst.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like Rasheed wanted a top tier tight end, and he got his guy. So he's going for the win now moves, and I respect it. And I mean, we'll touch upon it a little bit later. But I'd like to for Kev, right? He needed to get younger, and he made his move and got a guy that you both liked.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we can get right into it here with our love. We're gonna do a little love hate for each round of the draft, as you can see. Um, just a way for us to kind of touch on some draft picks here and kind of touch on how the draft went. So why don't you kick us off here with round one?
Yeah, so round one, I think I'm cheating here, picking two, but it's Bum, it's Travion and Tet getting probably the number one wide receiver in this draft, and then also one of the more electric running backs in this draft. I know he was considering trading out of five. I think he played it right and just picked the two best players that were on the board at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Ted's gonna be he's walking into a number one role here. Get pepper targets and cherry on top. That Trey's a Pats guy for Tyler there. So that means you really, I know you kind of, you said you liked the trade initially, but you kind of looking back now that you got Trey and Ted, do you really love that trade for Tyler there? Moving JSN for Ted in a sense?
Yeah, I actually really liked that trade before I knew that he was going to take the player.
Yeah.
So I think that he did really well with it.
Oh yeah. And then do you want me, I'll do my love. I guess we'll each do our love, we'll each do our hate. I'll talk about Loveland just real quick. I love this pick for Ruff. Maybe he's not in win now mode, and I don't think Loveland's going to be a guy that's going to come out here and go 1,000 yards as a rookie like some guys do. I know there's been some talk about him being in the Laporta role, and maybe the hopes are that he has Laporta's rookie season, but he's still just 21 years old. I think Ruff needs to get younger at the position, and it seems like this is a move for maybe in a few years from now when Loveland can be one of those top guys. So. I love this move for more of the direction of his team going forward. And I'll let you kind of take the hate because I know you didn't love the pick as much and might just be a testament of the guy himself, Loveland himself.
Yeah, too many mouths to feed in that offense right now. Where if you're going to take tight end, I think I would have rather have Warren over Loveland. But I also get what you're saying.
And hate, don't want to dunk on you here, but Caleb Johnson. I liked Caleb Johnson. I had like if he was there at 7, I would have took him in a heartbeat. I just feel like Trevion seems like he has higher potential, especially with his receiving work. Where it seems like Caleb's going to be more of a grinder. You never know. Maybe develop some receiving chops, or even T-Mac and just really stack up on those receivers. But I know you're a running back guy. He's your type of running back, so I get why you did it, but wasn't my favorite pick of the first round.
Yep, totally fair.
So right into round two, your favorite. I
All
know
right,
Jack was
so it's
drafted.
yeah, this is also cheating too. So it's Ibuka, Warren, and then getting Matthew Golden. Three first round draft picks that you got in the second round. I think you hit a home run right at the top of the draft here.
Yeah, I'll touch on it real quick. I do think even this is even before Rashid trade for Kevin's pick. Or sorry, vice versa. Kevin traded for Rashid's pick. I knew Ruff and Rashid both wanted tight ends. Um, I kind of figured I wasn't going to get Warren, so the fact I got Warren, I was pretty excited. I took Judkins knowing they would probably each take tight ends. Ruff maybe takes Travis Hunter or Ibuka, and then I end up with Ibuka Golden. So the fact I got those Ibuka Golden and Warren was huge for me. So I'm excited. I needed a tight. I like Tucker Craft this year, but Warren just feels like somehow feels safer as a rookie. So I'm excited to have him in the lineup and yeah, hopefully these guys maybe develop in the pieces that can help me this year, maybe even trade pieces for a bigger star. But yeah, we'll see. I was excited about it, so I appreciate the compliment.
Who's that
Uh,
bigger star?
I've been flirting around. I know Tyler's holding strong on CD. I would love to grab CD off Tyler. I might bring the big guns at some point. We'll see how teams start off. If a team like Ryan starts off 1-4, maybe he's looking to dump Jefferson for some younger pieces and get his picks back. Um,
Holding his picks ransom? Is that what you're saying?
or yeah, I mean, maybe Chase comes available if Ruff starts off 1-9. That's enough. That's enough out of me.
All right,
Um,
so I think you hit on your love with Warren.
yeah,
Um,
fair.
I think Luther Burden kind of same thing, rinse and repeat about Loveland. There's just too many mouths to feed in that offense. I guess Burden, I probably feel a little better than Loveland, just because we talked about it before, but I don't think that DJ Moore is like a long term stay in Chicago, where I think that he's eventually going to fall out there, and Burden could slide into the number two role at some point.
Yeah, I could see Rome being the outside guy, and maybe the absolute high of high hope is Burden kind of filling that Amon-Ra St. Brown role in the Ben Johnson offense, playing that slot. But yeah, you're right. I don't think it's gonna have something that's gonna happen this year. My hate, sorry to dunk on you twice, was Kyle Williams. And again, I mean, it's not like I hate this player. I just felt like Golden, and I like Burden too. I would have took both those guys over Kyle Williams. And I don't know, I would just like to see more out of training camp and preseason, and him to kind of grab control of one of those roles in the offense, where it seems like the three wide receiver set is going to be Diggs, Booty, and Douglas at least to start the season. But um, those guys have kind of been Jags, besides Diggs, obviously, for most of their careers. So um, easy to see Kyle Williams taking over one of those roles by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that's kind of my hope with that pick. Is that Drake May finds a young player to grow with, and that's Williams. But we'll see what happens.
yep, yep. And then I guess shout out to Rashid too, grabbing Ollie Gordon at the back of the second round.
Yep.
Another pick that was in contention for our loves. Looks like he might even, if HA misses some time, he might even step into a starting role right away. So good pick by Sheed there. And then third round, a little pat yourself on the back here.
Yeah, just got dunked on twice, so I'm going to pat myself once. Um, Dante Thornton. I mean, this is my kind of player, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
6'5", runs a 4.3. I mean, I'm Al Davis in fantasy league, so enough said about this guy.
Yeah, I think he looks like he's going to be starting week
Yeah,
one, which, I mean, the fact that he was drafted, what, fourth or even fifth round, maybe later, a little bit later.
fourth round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, and it's kind of already surpassed the guy that was drafted in the second round, Jack Beck. Is pretty amazing. So, yeah, it definitely is a testament to how well he's been playing in training camp. And then kind of the same thing here with Ruff's pick. It's my favorite pick in the third round, the AO Maynor. Looks like he won at least the reports I've seen, the depth charts. And you see a lot of rookies like be sitting, like all these rookie running backs are in like the RB3 role in the depth chart, which doesn't mean much, but the fact that they have him as like the top two guy in the depth chart with Ridley there, I think he beat out Van Jefferson. It was kind of shows that he must have been having a pretty good camp there. So looks like it could be a good pick for Ruff, and he also grabbed Cam Ward in the second. So. Who knows? A couple years from now, that turns into a pretty good stack for him. That'd be huge.
yeah, I think that's fair. My hate, I had Jaquiz Hunter, mainly just because I had never heard of him before. So no offense, Jillian. Third in the depth chart for the Rams.
Hmm.
I don't even know where he is, where he's at. But don't really hate it, just didn't know him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair. Like you said, I think he's third depth chart behind Corum there. So it's really just the hold, wait and see type game. Um, And then I'm not gonna be even I shouldn't even try pronouncing his name, but Andre Isavas, is that right? Yeah, no, this is third, maybe even fourth year in the league. I just don't know, Ryan. It's oh wait, did I jump the gun?
You
No, this
jumped it.
never
You
mind. I
jumped
jumped the
it.
gun. That's on me, Ryan. That's on me. Your time will come. Dylan Sampson, which I actually might have liked this pick even a week ago. It seems like Junkins is going to sign. Jerome Ford is going to be starting these first few weeks, and he just grabbed Ollie Gordon a few picks before that, so I think he could have took a shot on one of these receivers, maybe Thornton or Ao Maynor, and maybe just a little bit more upside. Seems like Sampson's going to be like a career backup type, but how am I supposed to know? He hasn't even played a snap yet, but. I just would like to see him take a shot at one of these receivers instead of another running back there.
Yeah, I think there were still a couple of receivers on the board that
Yeah.
pretty talented, which leads into one of my next loves.
Hmm.
It's Pat Bryant for Jillian. I think that when you have Sean Payton saying this is the Michael Thomas role that he's going to fill, I mean that's more than nothing, and it's
Yeah.
between him or Troy Franklin, and Troy
Hmm.
Franklin didn't do a whole lot last year, so I like taking the shot on Bryant in the fourth round.
Yeah, them trading away Vele was definitely a testament to Brian's work in camp. And then I like the pick here at the back end of the fourth round. Back to Rashid, Woody Marks. He was really hitting these running backs, which is fair. You take these shots at like three or four running backs late, hope one of them pans out, and you're looking pretty good. I mean that's just a murky situation in Houston with Mixon on the IR or maybe Pup, whatever it is. And it feels like they have so many different ones now. But I think it's the 4 game one. Chubb is obviously older, has a lot of mileage. Damian Pierce hasn't really never really stepped up. So, take the shot. Maybe this guy turns into something.
All right, and then my hate, I had Trevor Etienne, just because Carney traded a third round pick for
Yeah.
Trevor Etienne. Don't love that. He could have drafted him a couple picks later at 501.
Yeah, and I don't know, especially that third round pick. If he has a tough season, then
Yeah.
you're looking at maybe the 21st, 22nd pick next year. Good grab by Kevin there. Uh, and then here we go, Isservis, the name I was trying to pronounce. When did he grab Isservis? It was 4.07, so there's not a ton left behind. But I don't know. This guy's in his third, fourth year. I know that Cincinnati offense is potent, but you have guys like Jermaine Burton that could take that wide receiver 3 role from Isovis. I would just like to see him take a shot at another rookie receiver instead of some guy that's had his chance for the last few years.
Okay, I'm gonna defend Ryan here because
Okay.
apparently we dunk on him too much. Um, I like this pick. I don't think this is
Wow.
a bad pick at all. Has Higgins ever played a full season?
No, definitely has not. That's fair.
I think he has chemistry with Burrow, and Jermaine Burton is too busy in the casino to focus on practice. So, I mean, if you're gonna have anyone, I mean, counts for something that he's got the stack to with Burrow, I guess. So
Yep.
I think there are worse picks that could have been made.
Yeah, you know what? He turn me around on a little bit. You're right. If got one of Chase misses time, Higgins misses time, he's got that connection with Burrow. So that's totally fair. And then round five.
Yeah, round five in the comp, we didn't do a hate just because I mean you can't really hate a round five or a comp pick.
Yeah,
So I have Tesla
Tesla.
as my love. Honestly, I loved your whole entire draft. But
Thanks.
I think you and I talked about it pre-show that we were shocked that this guy was still sitting there in round five. So I think home run pick for you.
Yeah, I was debating in the fourth round between the Seattle guy Horton and Tesla. So the fact that he was there at five, I was pretty excited. And then I love the pick from Carney here, Will Shipley. I think AJ Dillon's kind of a jag. We know that. And he's the only other running back there. If Barkley were to miss any time, I know it's kind of, you see all the stuff like guys that have 500 touches, which I think is what he had over the course of regular season and playoffs, tend to not play the full next season. So to have the backup in that Eagles offense, I think is worth just a roster spot.
Yep. All right, and then comp round, I had Josh Palmer, which I was shocked he was still on the board. Got a 3 year, $30 million contract with the Bills. So not big money, but I mean, still, he's going to be there for the next 3 years. I think that wide receiver group is really open,
Mhm.
and he could emerge. So kind of love Rasheed getting him at the very
Yep.
end of the draft.
Like that too. And I think kind of similar veteran, just grabbing some veterans here. I know I was dunking on Ryan earlier with the veteran pick, but I like him grabbing Terrence Ferguson here. I think that Dallas offense is going to have to keep up in games, especially after trading Parsons, and they should be throwing the ball a lot. Ferguson also just got a brand new contract from Dallas, so I could see him taking over that third target role there in Dallas. All right, overall pretty good draft. So those are kind of our love hates, just a way to go through the draft over the past week. Um, Next, we're going to get into season picks. And before you guys start to fumigate here, Carney was kind enough to give us. He's got this Fantasy Pros app that you can plug in all our team data, all our basically all our teams, our league settings, and all that, and it projects like the rankings for the year, projects everyone's record and all that. So I think last year I kind of just made up the lines myself. I love being a bookie, and Tim kind of threw the over-unders. This way, this year we have like almost an AI that did the over-unders for us, and me and Tim are gonna make our picks that way. So, all right, we'll start with Rashid. It looks like the AI spit out Rashid to have a pretty good chance of going back to back and going 10-4. What do you like here? Ten's a high number. It's only been
10
done.
is 10's
Does,
too high of a number.
doesn't happen a ton.
Yeah. So I got to take the under here. What about you?
Yeah, I'm taking the under two, and I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being like a 9-5 season or 10-4 exact. So this is the other thing too. Like when you're setting lines, you're usually trying to do like the half points. So you don't hit pushes. There's a good chance a lot of these push for us, which is fine. But so yeah, I like the end of year. I think I mean, I should pull up the stats. I like being the stat guy, but I think only a handful of teams throughout the years. Handful is probably a little egregious, but it's probably only happened like 10 or 12 times, maybe once a season
Yeah.
is the average. And then we're gonna go Hermes here. We like his team a lot. I think he's got some young guys. He's got some veterans. He's going win now by trading the third overall pick for Ladd in essence. So he expects to win some games here. Do you see him getting over 9?
If you run back the tape a year ago, I said hammer the under. I forget what the under was.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hammer the under, bold it, put in the yellow fill.
Yellow Phil too.
Yellow fill. You got to hammer this under.
Red, we need more menacing.
All right, what are you doing here?
Ah, God, I don't want us to just go like chalk here and nine again. Nine's a lot of wins. You're getting to 10 if you're going over. So I'm going under as well. I think he goes. I think he goes like 8-6, 7-7. I think he makes the playoffs this year. Would be my
Okay.
guess.
All right, T-Don's at 9-5. What are you thinking here?
Um, I might go against the grain here. No, these numbers. I mean, maybe this wasn't the best setup for us because I am going under for this as well. I don't know. T. Tyler's coming off a 4-win season. I know he had a few injuries. McCaffrey's back. He had a pretty good draft. But I think it's going to be not a few years, maybe even by next year. I can see like Tet and Travion kind of really taking over their roles, and Neighbors too, stepping into like a top five receiving role, and him kind of getting back into contention. But I think I see one more season, not woes, but fighting for that one of those last two or three playoff spots.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm going to take the under on this.
Riveting stuff from us.
Riveting. All right, Jillian, 7-7, 500 team. We got a couple of 500 teams here.
Yep.
I will take the over on Jillian. I think she could go 8-6. Don't tell me you're going to take the over as well.
I'll go against the grain here, and I'm gonna say I hate to predict injuries, but kind of to my point before with Barkley and Shipley, I think she was a pretty healthy team last year, and HN's already banged up. Barkley has a lot of mileage on him. Connor's coming off a few seasons where he's been healthy, where before that he didn't always have the most health. Um, So I'm gonna take the under here, and I don't love it, but I'm taking it.
Okay. All right. So Ryan, 7-7, 500 team. I'm going to take the under here. I'm going
Okay.
to give you a little bit more than that too. So I'm taking the under. Ryan is 1-4. Ryan decides to tank. Ryan needs his picks back. Trades Jefferson to you mid-season. Gets his picks back. He's under. He has like 2 wins at this point. Doesn't get the number one overall pick. And this is when he starts turning into Nick. And his fall from grace begins.
That's that's a narrative. I don't mind it. I'm gonna go. I think he's got one more season in the tank, but after this season, it falls off with the lack of draft picks. I think he's gonna think he's still got it. He goes 8-6, um, and doesn't do what maybe he should do and dump some guys here at the deadline. Maybe he zags and tries to tear up on a guy. I'm gonna take the over for right here.
Okay. All right. Jack, um, co host of the year. Some wouldn't call him a co host.
No.
Some would call him the host. I will take the over here. I think that you have a really good team. I think that you had a really great draft. I just can't see you going 500.
Yeah, I was disappointed with 6-8 last year, but it took a little while for Bucky and Chase to get going. And I think this year they're primed for top 10 seasons. So I agree. I think my team is poised to make a run here. And let's see. I don't know. I would love to add a piece to make a championship run. All right. So you 6-8, you went 8-6 last year. I'm selling you short. You went 9-5, right? Is
Nine
that
and five.
correct?
Yeah, put some
Um,
respect on my name.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. And I will. And you win games, so 6-8's a little disrespectful here. I like your team. I think you got a lot of depth, so you're gonna be able to find the pieces here. And I think the two flex spots are gonna help you out here as well.
Give me
Oh
the push.
no, you can't you can't go push. I'm shutting it down.
All right, I'll take the over then.
So you think you're just nervous, or you don't think your teams can stack up with some of the other teams, or what is it?
I just something about this draft, man. I mean, you called it out that maybe some of my picks were a, little, a bit of a reach. Um, Kind of pulling back the curtain here. Maybe I do regret that Latin McConkey trade. Maybe I blew it. I don't know. Feeling a little nervous, man, for the first time.
You go for your guys and you stick to your guns. So
Yeah,
if it pans out, it pans out. It's panned out in the past for you. So I don't expect it to pan out again. You go against the grain, and it's not always people going with the grain that works out. All right, a tough one here for Kev here. 6-8. Does he have another season in him?
he was pretty lucky with his injuries too, where he didn't really have too much and he wasn't too banged up. I'm
Yeah,
going
that's
to
really
take
good.
no, sorry, I'm going to take the under here though.
Okay. Under, yeah, it was Tyreek was one that got a little banged up, but he played some games. But yeah, you're right. Besides that, the fact that Derrick Henry was able to stay healthy all year and Mixon and Cook for the most part. Mixon too. Mixon missed some games, so we should shout that out. Um, I like the over here. I just think he has. I think Henry still has enough in him. I think Evans still has enough in him. Hurts, but again, he's got to hit on some draft picks here, or some of these veterans are just going to fall off without any. I mean, obviously these guys still have value, but 2 seasons from now, is anyone trading for like Henry or Evans? And
Yeah,
I mean, I would do the same thing. Their values too low per se to dump off of them, but too high on your own team to kind of settle for anything. So I think he makes another run here, goes over, went 4 straight unders to start, 4 straight overs in a row here. Um, Carney 6-8. Did he change this himself? 6-8. He's tied up with you and Kevin.
yeah, that seemed a little crazy. I'm going to take the under here, and I don't think there's too much that I need to add to that.
Yeah, I agree. maybe it's the Josh Allen effect. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, unless Genti like pop, I know you've said your piece on Genti. You're not as high on him as consensus. But if he does like have a pop off season, like top 10, top five season, then that's the way Carney can get back in contention. But even then, he need a lot of pieces to come together.
Yeah, and I think his running back room is terrifying.
Yeah, especially now with the Brian Robinson trade, which we
Yep.
haven't talked about on pod, but hey, look, it's great. The only thing is, it's great if McCaffrey goes down for 6 games, then all of a sudden, yeah, you do have a pretty serviceable running back. But yeah, that is stunning for him. You think you have a start running back going into the year, and then all of a sudden, um, you got a backup running back.
Yeah, starting running back on a good offense too. That's the tough part about it.
Yeah, yeah. And then rough here, I'm gonna go over. Just, I mean, I think Ruff has a chance of being last year. Unfortunately, I think he's even self-admitted it. He kind of needs his stars to really pop off. Debo have a bounce back. We've talked about it, but three wins is pretty low. I mean, I think each year we do have a team that ends up with like 3 or 4 wins, but um, I would bet on him hitting the over here. He's been pretty consistent.
Yeah, give me the over. 3 wins is ridiculous for that team.
Yeah. All right, so we only disagree on three, so we'll definitely have a winner end of the season. It's really going to come down to Jillian, Ryan, and Kevin, because we agree on the rest. So we'll see where we fall as a whole, as a pod collectively. Um, how much time, bad podding here, but how much time do we have? We kind of
Not much. We got to split it into two.
okay. So all right. All right. So we'll sign off there. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, some good stuff. I feel like it's a good draft recap and quick over unders pick. So
Hyping up the pod while we're leaving.
oh yeah,
What's the grade? What's the grade on this one?
I would say I would say B plus.
Okay,
What will Grind say?
probably enough. Probably got dunked on too many times. Took it too personal
We know he's watching to the end, so he'll hear that.
in his little cubicle at work, just listening.
All right, thanks for watching.
All right.